All right. So headers went off. We're gonna take that pan off, take the battery tray, take that back out. We're gonna mount, looks like down inside there. So we're gonna take this apart, put the fuel pump down in there. I'm gonna get the fuel pump ready. Got all the lines, all the hoses, all the fittings. I am pretty sure I got 100% of everything we need ordered. I'm going to change that over. So this is actually, this 12 is going to get used. And that 10 is going to get plugged. One is a vent, one's a rollover back there. So Josh, he's going to start taking that off. I'm going to show you the pump and show you what we're going to do with it. Okay. So Magna Fuel. This pump comes with this bracket if you're going to mount it like on a frame rail or something on the side. So those have 4 holes, 5/16, 18 thread. I just ordered 4 isolators, so they're like rubber isolators. They'll screw into that, and then there's a nut on the bottom, so we'll line up, make 4 holes in there where we're going to end up putting this. Right. Show you where we're going to put it once he gets that battery tray out of there. Got it? All right. Get that out of there. All right. Let me go get a better light so we can see what the heck we're doing down here. That pan should just come off. Let me get a light. Now we could see.
Yeah, but the holes,
is it riveted on?
No, but it's the holes are like really tight against it, so.
So how do we? Is there a nut right on top, or does that go all the way down through? These.
I don't know.
All right, let's see what that.
Give me another one.
Here, go ahead. Here, there you go. Now let me take these off, take the other one out. Alright, so pump's gonna get mounted there. Like I said, we're just waiting on them 4 isolators. It'll sit about that high. That's just sitting in there. So we'll take those 2 fittings off. And then when the line comes, we got number 12 going from there to there. And number 10 going forward. And number 8 goes from here up to here. And then the vent out of the car.
Okay.
That's it for now. Gotta wait till we get these fittings and hoses. Alright, so let's see what else we can get going on for now. Alright, so this pulley showed up. Alright, that's going to be a lower pulley. We'll make sure that fits on there. Regulator and fittings. So, we'll see if this fits on here. Which should fit. Okay. Make sure it's lined up. And don't think so. Let me get a belt. I have my test belts. Guys got test belts? Get a test belt. See which one fits. And then you take the part number and order the right one. Now, let me see if I get one. Make sure I'm just trying to see if it's lining up straight. It looks like it's going to end up a little bit too far over. Let me check this real quick. All right, so it comes with Allen head bolts. That's gonna be on March Performance. We'll make some nice stuff. Hey, if you're watching the videos, don't forget to subscribe for us. Please leave some comments. That helps us out with YouTube stuff, and subscribers are climbing pretty good. A little, steady every day. So we appreciate everybody subscribing, sharing the link. Hopefully you're enjoying some of the stuff we're doing. Got another project coming. You're going to see that in the next video. Because then as we're working on this one, we're going to start on something else. This one's going to come along pretty quick. Once we get the headers back, which they already got them. They got them in one day, literally. I shipped them at 2:30 in the afternoon, and the next day, I think it was in the afternoon also, next day afternoon, Gene called me and said, okay, I got them. What are we doing to them? So, if you guys need anything coated, you'll see them when they come back. They look great. We've been dealing with them for, man, I bet you easy 20 years. He's done all the different headers that I've ever done. So, all right, so that pulley's on. I'm just gonna make sure this belt is straight, and then I'll get the right size. And it looks straight enough. All right, that's cool. So, some belts in here, not long at all. Look at that. All right. Shorter than that one. Longer and shorter, longer and shorter. All right.
There's a lot of belts down there.
Yeah. A nice assortment. Alright, so looks like it's going to be good. A little bit shorter than that. Alright. A little shorter than that. Just too long. Alright, get a tape measure, we'll string it out.
Try this.
That one's too long too, I think.
Yeah, that's what.
So it's gonna be 1, 2, 2.
No.
That's 1 inch shorter. 2 inches shorter than that. Alright. Oh, look, up there. Check that one. I got 2 more up there. That one, yep. What's that, long?
That's a long one.
What's the next one? That other short one. That's
This?
270, yeah. Check that one. If not, give me the open belt, and then we'll just check it with that. Always got to resort to the open belt if you have to. That ain't coming off like that. So the next project I was telling you about, we're gonna go move that. It's actually in the trailer, so. All right, longer than that one. Give me the open belt. Give me that. See that? It just cut on one end. The other one over. Yeah, that. Yeah. Huh? measure this one out, and then we'll go get a belt for this thing. All right, so got all the bolts tight on this bracket. The top bolt, or the main bolt, it goes in, but then it bottoms out in the block. So we got to get like a little spacer. These are the spacers that go behind it. So I got to find something. This will fit in here. So I need a spacer that's about that thick to take up some slack in here. But it's got to be the same size as this head so that it fits in that bracket. I'm going to go get that. And we figured out what size belt we need. We're going to go get that. And then we should be able to put that back together, and then that part will be done. So we're gonna make this bushing real quick. I just need a little bit right there. That's basically all we need. Cut that down. Just like that. That's it. Good to go. Alright, so that was the setup for that. Basically, you're just gonna put that in there. It has to be the same size as that. So that's what we were looking for right there. And then that will go. That will go in here. And that'll take up that little space. Just like that. And it won't bottom out anymore. Put the bushings and all that back in there, put that back together. We should be good to go. All right, I just gotta go pick up a belt. So, I figured, okay, while it's up, we're gonna move it into the other room again so we can do the other stuff on it. And I figured while it's up on the lift, let me put the shifter cable on. So this needs to go on here, but the floor literally came like that. We moved all this before for that. I didn't realize, I thought this was going like this, so I didn't touch it. So we just moved all that. This goes up here like that. And then this came with the shifter. That size hole needs to go in that hole. So we got to take this bracket off and make it that size and make sure it's lined up exactly like this one. And then we'll have to put the cable on it. All right, nothing's easy. You gotta change everything. Everything's bolt on. Everything's bolt on. Yeah, sure it is. All right, that's gonna come off. That face is out, it says. Okay. So you can see. Yeah, a little bit different. Okay.
All right, make that work.
Put this bracket back on. So that's where the tranny sits, just like that. And the cable needs to sit like that. Put the light over here so you can see. Josh, hold the light. So this needs to go up in there, right? So we drilled that hole out. It actually has an H on it for Hurst. So this needs to go up there, but you can't get it in because the cable is gonna kink the crap out of it. So I took that off. I'm gonna cut this little piece of metal out of here so that the cable could sit back where it needs to go. Man, reduce the freaking light. Man.
Alright, so
took the solenoid out for the trans brake so I can get room in here. So now you'll see what I'm talking about. So for this to go up in there, right, I already beat that in. This needs to go up higher, and if you try to go up higher, it'll kink that. So I'm gonna cut this little piece out of here and then beat the little part of the floor in, because this is all one big unit, so that ain't going anywhere. It needs to go up. It'll probably fit right in that little slot. So get that on there.
hang on. Okay, got plenty of room now.
I hope. It's gonna go like that. It's still. All right, so now that I can hit that with the little.
Okay.
Hold on.
Fine.
All right.
Okay, beat that in a little bit.
Beat that in. And now we're good. No kink in the cable. That's how far in it needed to sit. All this was right up against the tranny here. Before I beat it here to clear this. So now we're good. Let me put this on. I'm gonna make sure this adjusts right, and then we can put it back together.
Solenoid on. Like that.
That's it. Beautiful.
Okay.
All right, another custom dial. Custom dial.
Then we can run it up through the floor now.
All right. So much for, okay, put the cable on. That was another half a day wasted. All right, so this is gonna go, I'm gonna figure out where that, I'm gonna leave that up there for now.
Let it down and then.
You know what? Get that can of primer. Just spray some primer on these little spots real quick.
All right.
All right. So he's taking that apart, waiting for isolator mounts to mount the pump, and we're waiting on fuel line. In the meantime, the regulator showed up with these fittings, so I'm gonna get the regulator I'm gonna put the fittings in the carburetor, mount the regulator over here. This way we know where that's going. And we'll see what else we're getting done today with this thing.
Time
for new glasses.
They're $1.25 now.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what that is. So this fitting has nylon O-ring. All right. Okay, what's up with that now? This one. Alright, what's up with that? Oh, this got a different what the heck? Oh, okay, this is an O-ring style. Different size.
Oh.
Great. Okay. So I'm gonna get that. Not your standard Holly. Okay. All right. Gotta get 2 of those. All right. No big deal. These are for the regulator. So carburetor is gonna have to wait.
Back on there.
All right, just leave that on there. All right. Regulator has that same style with O-rings. They always change shit. And that's gonna be an out. O-ring. That's gonna be an out. And they used to put this on the bottom.
Whatever. Right?
Whatever, but. Alright, so we're gonna tighten all this up. For this one, and then we're going to figure out where we're going to mount it. So, most likely, I'm going to make a tab right here and mount it like this. And this will come in from this angle here to here. I got a 45 coming, so this one will go around to the front, and this one will go around to the back. And then what we do is we leave enough room so you get the valve cover off to do your valve adjustments and stuff like that, so you don't have to keep taking the lines on and off. And that's another reason why I make them individual rather than trying to, you know, you got that little bar that goes here, you're only feeding one. This is feeding everything. So, all right, so I gotta make a little 45 with a little angled thing on it so that this sits flat. We'll put this as low as we could get it. Probably about there. The main line is going to come in from here, so it'll feed this way, and then these two will go out. Let me go tighten that up and make a little tab. So all that, these are the two 12 in, 10 out on the pump. All right, I'm going to use this bracket. I'm going to cut this probably like that. Make a hole here, and then I'll make a hole here. I'll mount this to the firewall. This is stainless, so you don't worry about rusting or anything like that. All right, that and that you could put on the pump.
Okay.
All right, so he's in here making panel patches for all the holes in the firewall. And so there was an original little hole there, so I just made that bigger so we don't make him 50 million holes in his car. All right, so I got this little tab made up, stainless steel tab. Made that hole bigger, so we're going to use stainless steel Allen head bolt. I'm gonna bolt that to that, and then bolt the regulator to that. All right, so nice and clean. You're still making stuff in there. I got another bolt, Allen head bolt for that one. Gotta go get a lock washer for that one, and we're good. All right, nice, all done. It's got the little port for the gauge, which we're gonna run down and around. That's another thing, we gotta order a little fitting for that. And depending on what gauges he's getting, fuel pressure gauge, see where we're gonna mount that to. All right. All right, so Josh is in there. He made that first panel up. He glued that in. That one's gonna get behind all this, so you don't really see nothing in there. The other ones that he's making, he made the panels up. We're gonna scuff them down. He's gonna etch prime them because they're aluminum, and then we're gonna paint them with the paint, and then glue them in place. This way we don't make a mess and try painting stuff once it's in the car. And then also the transmission dipstick just showed up. All right, so I'm gonna put that in. All right. All right, so got this line, take the dipstick out, the filler part out of it. Take the rubber grommet off. There's a cap in the tranny, you know, like a seal. So we're going to take that off. That's like for transporting it or whatever when they build it. And then we got to put a little oil on this. Stick this down in the hole. A little oil on that. Tranny fluid oil and on that. And then this will just sit down in it. And then this end will mount up to the top. We're going to mount it on the firewall. Okay. So I got the dipstick down on the bottom. This comes like this. I didn't ask him yet, but
I'm guessing those were already.
Well, those were already. These three holes were already there,
but
for something. I don't know what.
They probably already had one of these
I'm
or
thinking
something.
Putting it like that's just a hair short, so I'm gonna flip this around. Yes, yes, we can flip that around. Right, and yeah, flip that like that. And I'll just use two of those holes, or yeah, this way we'll hide that.
Yep.
I don't know what was mounted there, so
Hide
we're gonna use that like that. And this might be a little tight here, putting this in, but good.
And then you just cut that little tab off.
I'm gonna get rid of that thing, so that should work, and it'll sit like that. It'll sit like that.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that little tab. Okay.
I'll get two self-tapping screws. Put
No,
that
I'm
in.
gonna put a little nut and bolt because I don't want them coming off.
All right, all right.
Just get two little nut and bolts. Drill the hole out. I'm gonna cut this thing off real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Nice little Allen head button bolt.
Everything looks nice and clean. That goes like that. And he's got to finagle the dipstick in there, but it will go in there. Better than making more holes in your firewall. Okay, that looks good actually. And then to fill it, they give you a little, this little thing goes in there.
Oh, that's nice.
So that'll, same thing, that'll fit in there, and you put your funnel in there. Okay, there's the part number for it if you want to see what that is. All right, and that's that. This in there. I gotta tighten that nut up, and that's it. this is, okay.
Cool.
So they put this one in a tube, and the other one just came in a regular box.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the oil dipstick. Same thing, this threads into, hopefully, the fitting that's in there. It looks like it. This will thread into the pan. And then we got to figure out where we're mounting this. So
Because this one we're going to just plug. So.
that should be in there. And then we'll figure out where it's going to get mounted. So this should use a little O-ring or something. Or is that it? Nope. NPT thread. Okay. Let me get the Allen wrench for that. Take the plug out. All right, so we got that thing threaded in there. But until I put the header in, I won't know exactly where to mount it. So I'm just gonna leave it there for now, and then I'll worry about that when the headers come back. So the fittings for the carburetor were wrong. We got those coming. This is different than the standard Holley fittings. So Jimmy's coming with a bunch of parts, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, we'll see. And Josh is painting stuff in there to cover all that stuff up. That's done. And I'm thinking I'm finally going to get this belt. So I'm going to go get the belt. This way that'll be done. This will get painted later. And we're waiting on all the fuel lines and fittings and stuff for everything. All the fittings, the rest of the fittings and stuff. So hopefully we still got a chance of it showing up today. See what happens. Here's the one. This is for the dipstick, for the oil dipstick. So once we put enough oil in it, I'm gonna get a part number off the pan, but I'm assuming it's holding at least 6 quarts, but we'll find out from Moroso before we fill it. And once it's full, then we'll get the dipstick and mark the dipstick so we know that that's the full mark. All right, so picked up a couple of belts. That one's a little too short, and this one should be good. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that
Nice.
sits right there.
We got that panel painted and made up. So that's going to go in there now. Glue that one in
Now I
there.
have to tighten all that because that can stay in there. That ain't. I don't have to take that back off.
Okay.
I already tightened the pulley good. I gotta just tighten the rest of that, and that's done. All right. That's it.
I'm just going to put that piece in there real
I'm gonna
quick.
put that in there. Put that in there, and then you can black out from the inside. Just black out the rest of it.
All right.
All right. That's on. There's your part number. Okay. So that's done. Josh is playing with goopity goop over here. All right. Waiting on some more parts. Just keep moving as they come in. All right. So we picked up this aerosol can. Show them that.
They make them, Andre can make any color up.
Any color, basically whatever color you can make, they can put it in the can and
So, you know,
aerosol it. All right, and then they make
Whatever
it
it
where
is.
you can. This is just a base coat, right? Like what he has on the car now that he used.
Under
And-
here. Obviously, because when it has no clear,
Yeah, it'll
it's
look
a little
dull.
bit darker than the...
It looks dull.
yeah.
But now when
when
and
it's
you
the
can
same
also
as the
get the
cow.
can. You can get the cans with clear too. So, but it matches nice. It's good.
Right.
Oh yeah. You never know. Light coats. Yeah. Blend it right in. Yep, let that sit for a minute. Alright, so that's what we're doing with that. This way that looks all nice and clean.
I'll give it another
Primer, and that's what we're going to do with the stuff on the firewall too. He's using that same stuff.
Yep.
but he's painting the panels before he puts them on. This way we don't have to make a mess.
Well, you could. Well, what after I covered,
Yeah, we'll
I
show
did
'em.
the one already. So.
All right. All right. So we'll continue with this probably tomorrow again. We should be getting parts in for that, and then we can keep on moving. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Coming along.